7 years ago, April 7th, 2018, Friday night. At the time, my daughter's 3. My wife's pregnant with our son. Go home, and I don't remember much of it. I fell downstairs of our home, our basement, suffered severe head trauma, severe TBI, 3 cervical hemorrhages. My wife heard something. She was upstairs, thought, I don't know what's going on down there. Went back to bed, but then just woke up and felt like it was weird that I wasn't up there, and she went down and she thought she saw me dead on the bottom of the stairs. Fortunately, was taken to a very good trauma unit, not too far away. I don't recall much of the 3 months after, but I do remember the neurologist saying that I'm very lucky that she found me, because the odds were that I just bleed out and died if I was sitting that much longer. So very tremendously blessed in that respect. I did recordings on my phone. I never remembered doing them while I was doing it. Like one night I was praying to God to get me through it. That it popped up later. My wife, somebody had mentioned to me like years after, that's where it began. I needed to heal from a severe brain trauma. I needed to isolate, not work, let my brain heal. You can't have exposure to this. You can't drive. You need to take these meds. And then at some point in those first few months, I started to think, what just happened? How am I here? I almost died, left 2 kids without a dad. What's going on? And I don't know what prompted me, but I started thinking, I've got to slow down. Like, I've got to slow down. I had more things coming at me than ever, more money, more responsibilities, these kids, and I was still using coping mechanisms, and they weren't working. I could look back and at the time think, hey, I'm doing what I need to be doing to be a provider, to be a good employee, to be a good husband, and I wasn't. But that gave me the time to start working out these other things. I was scared. I had previous brain traumas, injuries, concussions. It's much more in terms of brain health, CT and stuff like that. I had friends in hockey that unfortunately had taken their own lives, some mental illness, some addiction, some together. I had to do whatever I can to right the ship, so to speak. Through that injury, I couldn't do much but recover. It also gave me the opportunity to look for the things that I need to plug myself into. So therapist, obviously neurologist, eye specialist, brain support group, started talking to people that had brain injuries. But part of that, maybe find a way to stop drinking, Scott. I haven't drank since then as part of this whole recovery. One of my best friends at my college reunion had said when I was talking about recovery and my brain, I said, it's not a good way. I don't want to drink. I don't think it's good for me right now. This was 3 months after. And I remember him saying, I bet you never touch a drink the rest of your life. That sounded so foreign to me. And I said, why would you say that? And he said, because I know you and I know you love your kids and wife enough that you never will. I couldn't tell you any other conversation I had. Started talking to people in 12-step programs, started talking to people in mental health support groups. And that's where I really started to be like, wow, I can go to my doctor, I can go to my psychiatrist. There's other ways for me to actually figure out what's going to happen and how I can best manage my life from here. I don't have to pretend that it's not there anymore. I can actually speak open and honest with people about it.